If you'll indulge me, I want to promote a show that I'm in. I'm singing in Considering Matthew Shepard with the Greenwood Singers, and our performance is on Thursday, April 30th. If you like classical music and modern compositions, you'll enjoy this. I'm doing the social media promotion for this show, and I've made a few videos for it. But there is something about this performance that I can't put into a social media video. This show is surprisingly religious. Now, that isn't going to help us sell tickets, so I haven't made a video about the show's religious side, but maybe I can tell you about it. First, though, you're going to need to know who Matthew Shepard was, so here's a video that I put together with one of our tenors talking about Matt's story. I'll just let you know that Benjamin, who's being interviewed, is a member at First Baptist, which is something I think you might pick up on when you hear him talk about love.
Matt's story is one that has been important to me for a very long time. Matt was a young man with everything to live for, brutally beaten and killed on account of ignorance and hate. As a bullied gay kid growing up in small town Alberta, that could have been me. That could have been so many of us. Although Matt's life was short, his story continues to have an amazing impact. Several years ago, I attended a conference where his mother spoke, and she told us about the work that she and Matt's family were doing to encourage lawmakers to implement hate crime laws across the United States. Since Matt's death, his legacy has challenged millions of people to erase hate in all of its forms. But Matt's story of love and hope, it's one that we just can never stop telling. More than 27 years after Matt's death, we live in a society where government leaders in various parts of North America are continuing to try to roll back protections for the LGBTQ plus community and generally enabling hatred and bigotry and racism and homophobia. And you just wonder where it's going to stop. All of us are capable of showing evil, but we are also very capable of showing and demonstrating love. And love is stronger than hate. Love will always win. It has to.
So that's the story of Matt's death and his legacy. Let's talk now about that religious stuff I mentioned. Considering Matthew Shepard is written as a passion oratorio. It's like Bach's St. Matthew's Passion. In a passion oratorio, you are musically taken through the story of Jesus' death. The composer here, Johnson, is doing the same thing, except with Matthew Shepard instead of Jesus. Now, you might think that's sacrilegious, but it actually has a strong theological basis. I've mentioned before theologian James Cone and his book, The Cross and the Lynching Tree. In it, Cone talks about the importance of seeing Christ in the faces of Black men in America who have been lynched. There is a parallel between the cross and the lynching tree. And if only Christians could have seen Christ in their neighbor, then that violence might have been avoided. This oratorio is saying the same thing about the violence experienced by trans and queer people today. By making a parallel between the cross and the fence where Matthew died, it is challenging us to see the face of Christ in LGBTQ plus people. This oratorio is filled with religious imagery that reclaims the sacredness of Matthew's life, as well as our own God-given sacredness. Although his funeral was once protested by the Westboro Baptists, in the end, Matt's legacy is held lovingly by the church, his remains placed at rest in the National Cathedral in Washington, and passion oratorios like this, written to reframe all of our lives as blessed and cherished by our Creator. It's a reminder that death is not the end of our stories, that through Christ, love will always triumph. Again, the show is going to be on Thursday, April 30th. There's no pressure from me to attend. I know choral concerts are not everyone's cup of tea, but thank you for letting me share the religious side of this concert. If only that could sell tickets. I'm going to end with a verse from our final song. It was like this. Most noble light, creation's base, how should we live but joined in you? Remain within your saving grace through all we say and do. And know we are the love that moves the sun and all the stars. O love that dwells, O love that burns in every human heart. Amen.